أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. We started Surah Alaq last time. So, the Shan and Nuzul, that how it was revealed, in which circumstances, the first surah of the Qur'an, Nuzul-wise, revelation-wise. Number one. But remember, I told you, the whole surah was not revealed at one time. The first few 5 verses. And then after 2.5 or 3 years, the remaining surah came. A big gap. The name of the surah is Alaq, which means clot of blood. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created the human being from ghaza. Ghaza means food. And food converted into money, nutfa. Nutfa converted into alaq, clot of blood. Mudgha, flesh of meat. Tarkibul izam, in the flesh of meat, Allah put the bones. Nafkh ruh, Allah blow the soul in it. So these are, the middle one is al-alaq. Before the clot of blood are 2 stages. And after the clot of blood are 2 stages. Then there is ruh. So Allah mentioned the middle one to include the first and the last one. This is a way to say it. You mention the middle, then ibtida and intiha, beginning and end, is automatically included in it. So that is why instead of saying Surah Al-Ghaza, Surah Al-Nutfa, Surah Al-Mudgha, Surah Tarkib Al-Izam, Allah just mentioned Surah Al-Alaq. خَلَقَ الْإِنسَانَ مِنْ عَلَقٍ. Then, when you recite the Qur'an, first you're supposed to be saying A'udhu Billahi Minash Shaitanir Rajim. Then you're supposed to be saying Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. But Jibreel alayhi salam, when he came, what he said? He said, Iqra, read. But he said, Iqra Bismi. Read with the name of your Lord. Which means the beginning of your qira'at, your recitation should be with Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. So that is why in some of the riwayat it say عن عكرمة والحسن أنهما قالا أول ما نزل بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. The first thing which was revealed was Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, before Iqra. وأول سورة اقرأ. وأخرجه ابن جرير وغيره عن ابن عباس أنه قال أول ما نزل جبريل عليه السلام على النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال يا محمد استعذ, say أعوذ بالله, ثم قل بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. So according to this narration, Jibreel alayhi salam told the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, استعذ, say أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. Then he say, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. And then he again say, read with the name of your Lord, which means every time when you begin the recitation of the Qur'an, you're supposed to be saying the name of your Lord. How normally we say it? We say Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. So read with the name of your Lord, which means first say Bismillah and then start reading. Your Lord, Alladhi, the one, khalaqa, who give existence to everything. Okay, so first is the wujud, the existence. Then after that are the attributes and the qualities. Okay, and then the mun'im, that he give bounties. So that is why, since this is the first revelation, the sifat, the character of Allah as a khaliq was the fundamental one. that if the wujud, the existence is not there, how can you make something good and nice? So that is why he say khalaqa, he created everything. That Lord. When everything is created, that include insan also. This is called takhsis ba'da ta'amim. That you say, all the people are sitting in the masjid and Imran is also sitting in the masjid. So when you say all the people are sitting, it included the Imran. But you takhsis, you specify after you made it general. So specifying after saying general. Like Allah say that وَلَقَدْ آتَيْنَاكَ سَبْعًا مِّنَ الْمَثَانِي وَالْقُرْآنَ الْعَظِيمِ. Okay? So that is also that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say, when He give the whole Qur'an, that includes the Surah Fatiha. But Allah say, I give you Surah Fatiha and the Qur'an. Okay? That is ta'amim ba'da takhsis. Okay? There, Allah, there is the opposite there. There Allah mentioned Surah Fatiha first and then the whole Qur'an. So that will be what? Opposite. Ta'amim ba'da takhsis. Then, in all the creations, Allah, why pick the insan? That He created the trees, the mountains, the ocean, the animal. But He specifically mentioned insan. Why? Because revelation of the Quran, nubuwwat, risalat, the commands of Allah, their implementation and to make tanfiz and ta'amil, all are related to insan. Okay? So the wahi came not for the cow or for the goat or for the mountain. It came for insan. So that is why Allah picked insan first. That He, the one who created insan min alaqin, from the clot of blood. Iqra, read. وَرَبُّكَ الْأَكْرَمُ, your Lord is Akram. Akram is from Karam. Karam means grace. Kareem, and Akram means the most gracious. Iqra wa rabbuka al-akram. Your Lord is the most gracious. Okay? So Karam normally is used for two things. One is honor. Something is honorable, so you say it is Kareem. And something which is generous, you also call it Kareem. Generosity and umda, excellence, nice. In the type will be called Kareem. Kareemul Qawm. Okay, and in English we translate it as a grace. Alladhi, the one, Iqra, read, wa rabbuka, and your Lord is the most gracious. Alladhi, that Lord, that Rabb. Okay, and Allah mentioned here Rabb and Rabb. Okay, so out of the names of Allah, Allah is mentioning Rabb and Rabb because He is the fundamental time of the revelation of Wahi. And Allah is telling him that Rububiyyah means whatever you need at certain time, Allah give it to you. If you don't need it, He don't need it to you. Okay, in the womb of the mother, you don't need teeth, so Allah don't give it to you. And in the first year, 2 years, you don't need the teeth, that can be harmful, so Allah don't give it to you. Later on, when you start chewing, then Allah give it to you. So they call Rabb. Okay? Then you don't need a very sharp memory at the end of your life. Okay, because you are about to leave this world. So Allah bring a new dementia as a blessing, that you are not so much worried about each and every detail. You can just do Allah, Allah. In dementia, you lose your recent memory, but your old memory is still maintained. So you know your dhikr, your Qur'an, your everything. So it's called Rububiyyah. Okay? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say with the name of your Rabb, your Lord, your nourisher. And He is very Kareem. Alladhi, the one, Allama, who taught. Okay? So look, this is how the format of the word change. If you say Alima, Alima means learning. Alima Zaydun. And if you say Allama, he taught. Okay? بالقلم with the pen. الذي علم بالقلم. The main tool of the knowledge is the pen. But there are other tools of knowledge too. Like for example, aqal. The fish immediately after birth starts swimming, not by pen. Okay, and the goat and the cow's children start walking. Okay, not by aqal. I mean not by pen, but by aqal. A human being is the one who needs a lot of training in different things. But the animal, they don't need a lot of training. Immediately after birth, they start doing the basic function. So pen is not the only tool. Aqal is another one, wisdom. Wahi is another one. Ilham or inspiration in the heart is another tool. And tongue is another one. You don't use the pen, talaqi. I keep on repeating the ayah with you, you will learn it. So there are other tools also. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say, allama bil qalam, and then he say, allama al insana. He taught the human being ma, those knowledge, lam ya'lam, that he was not knowing it before. Not just by pen, okay? So the first allama is for the qalam, the second one is that other than the pen, he taught the insan those ulum and ma'arif and those things, lam ya'lam, that he was not aware, it was not in the scope of his knowledge before.
Iqra, read,
qalqala,
Iqra, read, Bismi, with the name, Rabbika, of your Lord, Allazi, the one, Khalaq, the one who created, Khalaqa, who created al-insan, the insan, min, from alaq, blood, clot of blood. Iqra, Iqra, read, wa rabbuka, and your Lord, al-akram, is very great, most great. Alladhi, the one, allama, who taught, bil qalam, with the pen. Allama, who taught, al-insana, the insan, what, that, lam ya'lam, he did not know.
وآخر دعوانا